All right, we're going to get started. So we get to sit in these fancy, comfortable chairs up here, and if we fall asleep, I apologize. Don't fall asleep, guys, please. All right, we're going to get started. Again, I want to thank you all for being here. I think as far as an inaugural forum goes, I have to say thank you all for being active participants. That was the intent of this event, and you have far exceeded our expectations as organizers, and so from us to you, we wanted to say thank you. And without further ado, because I know many of you in the room, as well as those who are watching live stream, are particularly interested in and why we were here, is to prepare for 2018. And so we have our technical director, Amir Kayumi, who is going to go over the next slide, which is announcing some 2018 tasks.
You were in the session yesterday. I saw a lot of this. The task that we're looking at for 2018, so the big reveal, I guess, is an obstacle avoidance task, one where you circle the totem. Docking task. The task will be a lot like we talked about yesterday. The station keeping, detect and deliver, an entrance and exit gate with a beacon transit, and then scan the code, which will be very similar to what we did in 2016. And then the underwater task has changed from 2016. It's going to be underwater ring recovery, and we're working on the mechanics of how that'll work as well. We've got some images here that'll look at it. What we're going to do is we're going to put out a little bit on the task descriptions in December 25th, is a little bit of a Christmas present for everybody, those who celebrate Christmas. And then we'll get a little more detail on those by the end of January, so you get a little more detail on what the elements are, what the specifications of the components are, as well as the rules themselves. So that's what we're working on to get done. We learned a lot from this week, these last couple of days, really. It's been a long couple of days. But and so we're going to take all that, we're going to roll it in and kind of get a little more detail into these. But as we discussed in the session yesterday, a lot of those tasks will be very similar to what you saw, and it's just a matter of getting the details in so you guys can plan a little more specifically with your system designs. Any questions? I think we got everyone tired.
Let's keep rolling.
Vladi, you're up.
So I guess before Vladdy is actually up, I would like to give Vladdy a real robust round of applause, because he did an amazing job at organizing a group of people to evaluate papers. He did a great job of reaching out to those of you that wrote those papers. I've received all kinds of very positive comments where the authors of the papers received more feedback than they were used to receiving, and they thought that was a very good thing. And also I wanted to thank IEEE OES for the opportunity to work with them and create this special edition, this special journal edition. So with no further ado, Vladdy's going to announce our best paper, student paper.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, it was my great privilege to work with everyone on this, and sorry about many emails that had to happen, I guess, for a short timeline that we all had. I want to thank all the reviewers that are experts in the field that were also working under a lot of great pressure to give you feedback. 18 papers exceeded my expectations in quality. 10 papers selected here, some for poster presentation, some for a presentation during session. I think that everyone that came to that session really enjoyed. Many questions were asked, and there's always a winner. It's hard, but I think this paper really deserves it. And most of you have gotten a chance to talk to the authors. And I want to announce the winner for the Best Paper Award for inaugural RobotX Forum. It's Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology with... Two of the first authors are here. They're both students, and they did a phenomenal job on a paper that did present their work. Congratulations. Come over here, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, their paper, it's a really novel approach on doing simultaneous localization and mapping in a marine environment, using marine, kind of standard ship radar to do simultaneous localization and mapping in GPS-denied environment. And I encourage everyone to, read their paper. And as I said, congratulations. Great job. Thank you. Do you have anything to say?
Thank you. I did not expect to get this great prize. Thank you, everyone, and thank you to committee of the RobotX. Thank you.
Okay, you guys are up for the next award, which, Kelly, would you like to preface this?
I can, but I know nothing. I know very little. AUVSI put out, RoboNation put out a call for applicants to compete in the 2018 competition, and they are going to make 3 WAM-V platforms available to these teams. And they ran the process for announcing the opportunity and selecting the new teams. So with that, it's all your fault. No.
Excellent, excellent. So I was reminded that I used the C word early on, and so now we're converting. We want to make sure that this is the F word as forum and not the others. So Kelly's going to adopt that. Going forward in 2019, the RobotX F word, if you see that, don't be alarmed. It just means we're planning for the future for the forum, okay? Good. And that's this is a new take on like being in someone's living room, the dysfunctional family. That's kind of what we are. You're now part of that, so we want to thank you for being here. And I think the room is crowded because we're giving away 3 boats, but I may be wrong. Maybe it was the umbrellas, maybe it's the dinner announcement. But we did have applications that came in. We have 3 boats that we're happy to award, and we don't have big bows or anything like that, but you kind of get the seasonal implication. So the first team is University of Michigan. All right, the second boat goes to dysfunctional families, crazy uncles and all that. National Chow Tung University. I think, right, Nick? Yeah. The last boat, Northwestern Polytechnical University. Hui Gang Wang, come on up, please.
All right. My gift to you is that I will get you out of here in less than 3 minutes. I've already talked too much. But I want to note on Wednesday, Brian Bingham sort of had a little contest, and it came to my attention that there was a team that did quite well. And I wanted to acknowledge them by giving them the coveted speaker's gift. And so I would like to invite Daniel and Nathan Cope and Marta up here. Marta already has this gift, but she should get recognized. We need the photograph, so come on up. And with that, I wanted to give Daryl an opportunity to say one last thing in closing. I just want to thank the RoboNation staff, all of you competitors, student competitors, academics, whatever your interest is in RobotX and the RobotX Forum, for joining us. Whatever induced you to be here, we are so grateful that you pulled out all of this time in your busy lives to dedicate to the conversations that we've had. We really will be reviewing everything that's been said. We'll be pulling that together. We know there are things we need to do to change and improve in the future. Your being here and your honest interface with us allows us to find the best solutions. You know, we could change, but change for change's sake is not where we want to go. We want to meet the needs that you have, and we want to take your advice in trying to do that. So thank you all for being here. Will you join me in a big round of applause for Sherry and Janelle and Hitesh and Juliana and Irene. And thank you guys for letting me play. And Daryl, here you go.
Thank you, Kelly. So this is literally the end. You're 35 minutes early. We keep pointing up here because there's a huge clock if you haven't seen it. We're going to get you out of here. I mean, it's rare that you go to a C or an F and you get out early ahead of schedule, but we're striving to do better. All I want to say is thank you to everybody here. We had 2 goals coming into this week, or these 3 days, which seems like a week because we've been here a week. One of them was information exchange, and I think that has exceeded our expectations in both directions. I mean, we've had a lot of great presentations and some great panelists, but then there's been a tremendous amount of dialogue that's come out of the audience. That is what really drives this, and we thrive on that. The second part of it, which is really big, and it's kind of the heart of the whole RoboNation name or brand, is community. And it would be fantastic, like I said earlier, if we could do this every month, but we can't. So we're hoping to find new and innovative ways. One clear thing that came out of this is that the people in the room, for the most part, are not very active on social media. I think we had maybe 2 or 3 people that tweeted and then a lot of retweets. But so that may not be the avenue. There are other ways that we can communicate. There are forums, there are hangouts, there are all sorts of other mechanisms. We don't know what the right answer is for this group. We need your help in trying to figure that out. If you can communicate with us after the fact, before you lose too much momentum and go back to all the other stressors in your life, help us figure out how we can keep this kind of momentum going, because you're going to need it for the next 12 months. Next time we see a lot of you will be in Hawaii, where you're going to be stressed and your boats may or may not work and all sorts of other things will happen. But that's going to be another dynamic time of learning. We want to keep this exchange going over the next 12 months. So I would ask you after the fact, we'll build it into the surveys and the questionnaires. Help us understand the best way for us to communicate and provide information to you. Okay, that's my last request. Thank you for being here. I want to thank Kelly. She thanks us all the time. None of this would happen without her. So, Kelly, thank you for all your support.